All right, listen. When in doubt, fight the alignment. All right. This series is going to be about going over each alignment as pertains to enemies, characters, NPCs, whatever you're going to place into your games. I'm using alignment as a generalization, not as a hard, fast rule. I know there's a lot of, you bring up alignment, you just get nothing but fights. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you insert creatures into your game, and it doesn't have to be Dungeons and Dragons. It could be sci-fi. It can be medieval. It could be modern day. But it's to give real personality to your enemies and to the people that your player character is going to have conflict with, and to allow some organic play in the game. So everything is not just roll the dice and roll the dice until it's death. So for example, let's start out with Chaotic Evil, because Chaotic Evil is the worst offender. And for those who've played second edition on, they would the Drow elves or Drow elves, dark elves, were always listed as Chaotic Evil, and people had conflict with that because they were like, well, wait a minute, they have a whole society. There's I don't know, tens of thousands of them, hundreds of thousands of them living in the dark reaches of the Underdark. How is it that they're Chaotic Evil? Well, Chaotic Evil is really only motivated by two things, and that is self-preservation and self-motivation, right? So when you have dumb creatures, you got your goblins, you got yourself some orcs or whatever, they are only motivated by their base needs and instincts, right? And not thinking very far into the future. So Chaotic Evil creatures are motivated by, food, money, sex, pain, destruction. It's complete emotive things. I'm hungry, I'm going to take the food near me. It doesn't matter that it belongs to someone else. I'm bored, I'm going to slap the nearest creature next to me. It doesn't matter that I haven't thought about the fact that they are a friend of mine or an enemy or something that could technically kill me. Now the evil part, of course, again combined with that chaotic thing, is that they want to cause pain, destruction, torture for its own sake. So it's not even just about me, but it's, hey, I want to have fun burning, destroying, killing, picking with, deceiving. Now as you get to much smarter creatures, here we go with the Drow elves, and I'm going to use them as the example from now on. Dark elves are completely, in my opinion, a perfect example of being Chaotic Evil. They do not have any legacy. If you know anything about Dark Elf faction wars, that when one house is destroyed by another, they completely eradicate their existence. They are not even allowed to bring up their name. And the house that eradicates the other sometimes absorbs members of that family and takes their secrets and such. But that's not all. Dark Elf society is controlled by two things, and that is fear and self-advancement. Yes, Kitty, you just distracted me. Fear of what happens if I displease the person above me. Fear of if I get caught, I will be punished. And then there's the other part, and that's just plain old megalomania. Hey, if I do that, if I kill this person, I get to move up a spot. And it doesn't matter whether it's your brother, sister, their own kids, their own newborns. They will sacrifice anybody and everyone to gain advancement. Now the differences in that are ones of power level and intelligence. So the males aren't as intelligent tend to be not as intelligent as the females because they're not educated that way. So of course, as a warrior, they're not going to have these grand schemes of destroying things. Their thing is, hey, I better follow these orders, or my ass is going to get whipped by that damn poisonous snake whip they always keep pulling out. Okay, that's as far as they're going. They're only loyal so far as the fear that's created. When the matron of the family is dead, who knows? They may run for it and join another family if they think they can kind of hide themselves out. Same thing with the more intelligent members, more powerful members. All they're trying to do is climb over the backs of the people ahead of them, and to me, that is complete chaotic evil. Chaotic evil does not necessarily mean that they are wonky and bizarre and like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, of course, people pull up the perfect example of the Joker as being completely chaotic evil, which is true. So what happens when player characters encounter a group of chaotic evil? Well, one of the things they can do to fight chaotic evil is to play on their base instincts. So what do they want? Do they want to rape and pillage? Well, that's true. So, and please, I don't want to offend anyone, but if one of the players wants to pretend or lure one of these chaotic evil creatures in because they want to rape, that could distract them from doing their other things. You've seen many a times in movies where the rampaging horde travels down into the undefended village. Someone breaks into one of the huts. They see some victims there, children, women, you know, men included in this, and say, hey, I'm going to pull my pants down and start raping some of these people. Wait a minute, there's pillaging going on outside. They're cutting stuff, they're burning things down, and the only thing they can think about is, hey, I'm you know, bend them over and rape them. Well, you can take advantage of that. There's also the fact that, you know, in a chaotic evil horde, there are going to be outliers. There are going to be ones that are going, hey, you know, I'm not going to get in a fight. I don't want, but there's some treasure. Let's steal the treasure first. Okay, so let's say the player characters are completely decimated by the chaotic evil people. Well, yes, could they all get their throats slashed and they're dead in that first encounter? Sure. But there's a good chance that they may be captured because some they'll argue over what to do with them. Hey, maybe we should eat them. No, you know what? We should just kill them. No, we should take them back as hostages. Maybe we can you know, gain some political favor from our overlord. You know, hey, no, we need to torture them and question them where their treasure is or where their are there more of them out there? And they're going to have these arguments. And here's a great opportunity to disseminate some information to get them to start to fracture a little bit. You know, you tell one of them, hey, I know where there's a treasure hoard. You tell one of them, that one's like, no, I want them to live. He's not going to say anything to anybody else. He doesn't want to share the treasure. No, we should save them. Or someone says, hey, if you release me, you know, instead of your friends, you can take me with, you know, so we can go find the treasure hoard and leave my friends here. Oh, okay. Release one of them. Maybe he's the monk character, doesn't think about it because he's too stupid. The monk, you know, cracks his neck, frees his, you know, friends. So fighting chaotic evil is just playing on their fears, playing on their jealousies, playing on their individual base instincts and getting them to fight one another. Getting chaotic evil to fight each other is one of the more easier things to do, and which is why chaotic evil has not taken over many of the medieval worlds, because they are fractured amongst themselves. Orcs and goblins and those goblinoids and chaotic evil creatures kill each other more often than a little bit. They are their worst enemies. So again, this is just a thing. Fighting chaotic evil, fight the alignment, dude, and as always, create more for your story. Allow players, you know, maybe someone's playing a more social character, so allow that character to have some social interaction in combat. You know, there's always the idea of you know, player characters fighting, and they're fighting off these enemies, and they know they're going to get overrun. And hey, what if I reach down on my belt and grab my 50 gold and toss it over their shoulder? You're going to get a guy or two to go, I could fight and possibly die, or I can get free gold. What am I going to take? You know, there's always the idea of playing the damsel in distress and being quote unquote fought over by you know, the two chaotic evil orcs that break into the thing. You know, who will want me? Either of you, whoever survives, I will be your mistress for life. And they start killing each other, and you just sit there while one kills the other one, and then you just slit his throat. Fighting chaotic evil. Fight the alignment, and allow, as a game master, allow your players to do that, and know that, you know, chaotic evil is not always on the same page. Sure, they're all scared of the Lich Queen, but the further away from the Lich Queen they are, the more they're going to have their own thoughts in their mind and go, wait a minute, if I get enough gold and treasure, I might just leave the Lich Queen and I'm going to go off on my own. There's no way she can find me. And it doesn't matter, especially if they're stupid, it doesn't matter that they don't understand that Lich Queen may have them all under her spell or something. Fight the alignment. As always, DBJ, and I'm out. Be creative, don't be destructive.